hope so. Hey everyone,
It's Charlotte
and Gabby.
from the Hyundai channel.
Today we got our first look at the 2026 Hyundai Palisade, which is a redesigned model. We also have a new powertrain. And this powertrain is actually very exciting to talk about because it's not exactly what we expected. It's bigger, it's better, and it's more powerful. So Charlotte, should we get into it?
Exactly. So what we're doing in today's video is we are giving you guys the chance to ask all of your questions about the new Palisade. And basically we're going to walk you through, do a quick overview of both of them. And then if you guys have questions and you want to know more about it, we're going to do our very best to answer for you guys.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we're still going to have dedicated videos coming on both of the vehicles that were unveiled today. So if you want to know more in depth, don't worry, it's coming, so subscribe if you haven't.
So in summary, what we have up on the stage back there is the hybrid version of the Palisade. So that has a new powertrain option, never before seen for the Palisade. And behind Charlotte's head, we have a new trim level called the X Pro. Now the XRT Pro, I should say. The XRT isn't exactly new to Hyundai's brand lineup, but the Pro is, and it's never been seen before in the Palisade.
Yeah.
So should we go?
I don't know if we'll get the Pro naming platform in Canada. That's typically, that's very US based, but it would be really cool to see it coming because we still do have some exclusive badging, especially on the exterior too. So I think it looks really cool, looks really fun.
Should we do the Pro first?
Let's do the Pro first.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn the camera around, so it's gonna be on you.
Okay. We're gonna make you guys
Hold
wait
on.
for the hybrid. So the XRT Pro. As you can expect, there's going to be dark elements, so the Hyundai badging is in a nice flat black finish. Your upper grille also has gloss black touches. You have a forward-facing camera, so a full 360 view on this vehicle. Now, in its media release, we did hear that there was going to be an approach camera, so somewhere lower on your skid plate to kind of show you just how much space you have if you are doing any sort of light off-roading on this car. Now, I don't exactly see a camera over here, so I don't know if it's a separate view that is all playing apart from this camera here.
See if it looks like it's fixed or anything.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. So we'll have to wait until we actually get one to check that out. You have a very, very rugged front bumper with our coral tow hooks. So you get these in the front and in the rear. We'll show you guys the rear in a second. Your skid plates, a little bit more standout-ish. They definitely have more appeal to them. Everything's just a bit more ruggedized on this vehicle. Now, I will say the Palisade in general looks a lot more off-road-esque on all of its trim levels, which is strange because in the last generation, it was very much the Kia Telluride that had the off-road appeal, while the Palisade was a little more stylish. Either way, I really like to see it. Now, on the XRT Pro, you'll get a V6 powertrain option. It is a 3.5-liter gasoline direct injection V6 with 287 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Your towing capacity is 5,000 pounds on your V6 configuration, and the hybrid also has a fantastic towing capacity, but I'll make you guys watch till we get there to talk about it. The transmission is an 8-speed regular automatic, and you do have paddle shifters. A couple of the things exclusive to the XRT Pro is, number one, you will have an electronically controlled limited slip differential, so just to aid with your off-road experience and handling on this vehicle. In Canada, the Palisade is standard with all-wheel drive. However, in the States, there will be front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options, with the XRT Pro being an all-wheel drive vehicle, of course. It's suited for this vehicle. Your headlamps, which I realize are not on right now, but do have a funky design. Hopefully, we can get a good look at that. These will be your daytime running lights. You got your main beams here. Everything's LED, of course. Just looks fantastic. I really do wish they were on because it looks incredible, you guys. We will have other videos going up that do show them on. Your wheels are an 18-inch alloy with an off-road tire, or I should say all-terrain tire. So you get a lot more sidewall, aggressive tread pattern, and the XRT wheels do have a matte black finish with a little bit of machined finished elements and XRT branded center caps. Surrounding the wheel arch is a little bit of black plastic cladding, and you do have a side parking sensor as well as your front parking sensors. For the side profile of the vehicle, raised roof rails, you do get XRT cladding on the door sills or the lower portion of your door skirt, black door handles, gloss black pillars, and towards the back end of the vehicle, my favorite, the LED tail lamps that look like fangs. Vampire fangs, that
I
is.
love these. I think these are fantastic.
They
I love
look
that
really
they
good.
extend kind of into the bumper too. I think they look really good.
They look
into the side of the vehicle.
They look very good. Again, I will say, of course, this is a redesign, so it's going to look drastically different. A lot of the renderings I saw online made it look a lot like the Santa Fe. I'm happy it's not a carbon copy of the Santa Fe. You can definitely tell they're in the same vehicle family. but this looks completely different. They're not carbon copies.
A couple of people are saying that they see a lot of the resemblance between this and the Santa Fe, which resemblance is good, but like
sisters, not twins.
I think that they still look, pretty independent.
A couple more things and finish off with this, and we'll go over to the hybrid, or we'll go into the interior of this, then go over to the hybrid. Tail lamps, of course, LEDs. You will get rear parking sensors, advanced things like rear cross traffic collision avoidance assist, ton of forward collision avoidance functions, smart cruise control, just about everything. This vehicle, we don't know its exact place in the trim lineup because trim levels and pricing have not been released, but it does have some more premium functions like 360 view cameras. However, I don't think it's a top trim, so we'll have to find out. Be sure to subscribe and follow along so you guys do find out where it's placed. Towing capacity, 5,000 pounds, like I said before, and then another quick spec. You get mud mode, sand mode, snow mode, advanced all-wheel drive system that will redistribute torque automatically. It's just a really fun drive. All right, Charlotte is gonna take you guys on the inside.
Yeah, let's go take a look on the inside. So on the inside, there's lots of still dark elements, which is one thing you guys are gonna see. This also has a great mix of tech too, and things that really add to the overall rugged appeal that we see on the exterior. It's very much consistent with the interior too. You guys know me, the Palisade has been one of my longtime favorite vehicles, especially the interior, and I feel like they've just made all of the right changes that just amps it up another notch, where I'm like, yeah, like I would love this car. It's so comfortable. So for some elements, we have new door handles, so completely circular. Usually we see more square elements. For door handles, we're seeing total circles. And then just regular elements, again, very black, very dark look on the interior for, mirrors, window controls, all of that good stuff. And then still bottle holders, speaker system, everything along those lines. No word on what the premium sound option is going to be, but we'll take a look and see that more on the hybrid. The seats are still powered, very comfortable. Oh, the vehicle is off. It's not even in accessory mode, which is fun.
Yeah, there's a lot we can't show you, so this will very much just be a general layout type thing.
And this way, if you guys have questions too, we can hopefully answer them for you, but it just means you have to subscribe if you have not done so already.
What's the ease of entry?
Ease of entry? Oh my goodness. All right, say it with me now. If you're 6 months pregnant, can you get into this vehicle? And also wearing a tight dress around the knees.
Oop. There
Also,
goes our gimbal.
Yeah,
she did it.
Very easy to get into. You'll also notice I'm wearing my ugly shoes today because I'm 6 months pregnant. So I took off my heels, but
we'll allow it. We'll let it slide.
The seats themselves are going to be a synthetic leather. I really like the design on them. So more of that XRT debossing, which we have seen before, but also just the fun stitching on the insert. Again, it looks different. It looks a little bit more bold, a little bit more rugged. So really all of the right design choices for the interior. Tons of black elements, including our steering wheel. We have the perforated leather on the sides for some more sportiness. Instead of chrome, we're going black with our logo, our spoking, and then also our driving and media controls. Also our paddle shifters. So it seems like most trims are gonna have the option for paddle shifters because they're all gonna have the shift by wire, which is fantastic to see. And it looks like we'll also be seeing the forward attention warning, which is the first time we'll be seeing this for the Palisade. This vehicle is also going to have dedicated tow modes, which I'm really excited about because that's going to be great for something that's designed to be more rugged because it's going to help give you a more smooth towing experience when it comes to that different weight. And again, everything you'll be able to configure in your main head unit. We'll be seeing the CC&C software. I was going to get out. Do you want to come around actually?
Sure.
Okay.
The XRT Pro also has a 1-inch lift in comparison to the other trim levels of the Hyundai Palisade. Really, really cool front end. The front end is where I pick up the most Santa Fe design accents. And then from the side and the back end, it very much looks like a vehicle of its own. The headlamps are also completely different than the Santa Fe's. Door handles are very nice. And I like this matte paint.
Yeah, matte paint is fun, right? I don't know if we'll be seeing that in Canada. We may be seeing one option, but yeah. I think that it looks really cool. And they're also doing a very similar color of this in a glossy paint as well.
Actually, we can quickly show the gloss. So very similar paint, but it's glossy instead.
So if you like this color, if you're like, I don't want the upkeep of matte paint, it's nice to see that new colorway. So the interior is completely different. And I will say we have a little bit more of a rounded off approach when it comes to the dash itself. We have an inlet or an inlay. Our gimbal is dying if you can't tell. We have an inlay of our main head unit and our media screen, but they have a nice angle towards the back.
Time is frozen.
Oh no.
Okay, no, we're back.
We're back? Okay. Yeah, we're still back. Okay, what I was talking about is we have a little bit more of a rounded off approach when it comes to the actual dash configuration. The screen itself is inlet, so it almost shields it a bit from the sun, so nice for glare. For example, we're not getting any glare or anything like that from the studio lights overhead, and the sunroof is open, or at least the shade is. This is all new, but keeping it consistent with what you guys love, which is real buttons and real dials. That's a priority for me. And they're all the same. Nothing is switchable. And this will be your climate control. Once the vehicle is on, you'll be able to, of course, turn on your heated seats, set your climate control, all of that good stuff. Tons of storage in this vehicle. I will say, the center console threw me for a loop the first time I got in here. And I was like, guys, like, how do you open it? There is a release over here, and then you're able to flick it up. So it is wide, and there is a good amount of storage space, but I almost wish it was like pneumatic and gave it a little bit more of a release. That's my one note, guys. Up top, dark headliner, sunroof I really like. Consistent with CCNC and that new software, we're going to be seeing Hyundai's BlueLink too, so their telematics system and smartphone integration. And then let's go and show you guys what the second and third row looks like. So we've got captain's chairs, we have Palisade written on the door sills, so lots of fun detailing and branding. Multi-zone climate control, so we still have that for the second row, integrated with our vents. The vents themselves, I actually love the design of them. They kind of look like an AT tire to me, which, you know, matches what we see on the outside. I just think it's fun. It's a fun little design quirk to have. Seats, you are going to be able to move them. That way you can go and adjust the amount of legroom in the third row too.
They're heated as well.
They're heated, yes. We still have a great amount of amenities. Like, look, we've got a household outlet here. We have hidden storage as well. USB-Cs, pockets, all of that good stuff. Speakers, door shades. Yeah, some really great stuff for, especially because you don't necessarily know where this is going to fall in the trim lineup. Thinking maybe it'll be like a mid to top trim, probably maybe a mid trim.
Christian just commented, I remember your first time you guys did a review in public, you become such pros now.
Oh my goodness.
It's only because
Thank
we're
you.
live, because we tried pre-recording a lot earlier
goodness.
today and we were terrified.
It has to be done live. We're like, we know we have to have, it's got to be higher stakes apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently coming to New York City, like, it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's got to be done live. Okay, so for a third row, it's a bench seat. So you do have a more of a bonus middle seat. Still pretty decent, but it is going to be the smallest in the house. You still have rooftop vents. So for the third row, ooh, win, win, win. And then still cup holders, USB-Cs back here too. Decent amount of space still when it comes to the two main seats. You do step up a bit, so you're going to have the least amount of legroom in the third row, obviously, because you got to kind of get over that hump. But so this is going to be our new gas trim. I think it's about time that we see what everyone is looking forward to. And guys, should this be my new mom car? Especially in the robust emerald.
Robust emerald. So this is the Palisade Hybrid, not to be confused with the Santa Fe Hybrid. This one's got a lot more power. So first things first, I don't necessarily want to start off with the front end because a lot of the things are similar to the XRT, except the front grille isn't as rugged. It's going to be a little bit more soft and refined, more city sleek. So the finishes are going to be a little bit smaller. They're going to be finished in a little bit less of that gunmetal color and have more gloss black with some nice light accents. Now again, the lights are off, so we don't get the full look, but this light bar over here is going to be one of your daytime running lights. It's going to expand all the way across the front grille. And then you have this beautiful motif here. I can't say H motif, but this will also be a part of the daytime running light sequence, and then your main beams here. So everything looks fairly unique, especially when the vehicle's off, but when it's on, this vehicle really comes to life. Speaking of life, let's talk about the powertrain, the heart of this vehicle. What gets your blood pumping?
My butt pumping.
Your butt pumping. So this vehicle, although it's a hybrid, you get so much power. That's thanks to the 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with 2 electric motors.
Wait. You didn't say 1.6.
Not 1.6. It's a 2.5 liter turbo.
Confirmed.
2 electric motors. So this vehicle will produce 329 horsepower with 339 pound-feet of torque. My head will explode. Guys, this is going to be a very, very fun vehicle and obviously very efficient. So that's one thing that when the Carnival Hybrid was released, a lot of people were kind of skeptical. What is a 1.6 liter turbo going to do in such a big van? Now this vehicle is all-wheel drive, it's a 3-row, it seats your family, but there is a ton of power and fantastic efficiency. Now what it's actually rated for a fuel consumption has not yet been officially released, but of course follow along and we'll make sure to update you guys as we find out. Again, the horsepower and torque numbers are fantastic. This vehicle is going to have 4,000 pounds of towing capacity, and the hybrid will give you a 6-speed automatic transmission instead of the 8-speed that we see on the V6.
But still nice and smooth shifting.
Yeah, nice and smooth shifting. You'll get paddle shifters too. This is an ultimate calligraphy trim level, so this is what we're used to being as the top of the line, the fully loaded version of the Palisade. It's still true for the hybrid. For your wheels, they're 21-inch sputtering style alloys. I think they look phenomenal, very classy. Nice wheel, you get a Kumo regular all-season tire, and again, if you want to be in Canada or thinking of purchasing one in Canada, it's more than likely that they'll be standard with all-wheel drive. But in the States, apparently there will also be a front-wheel drive version of it. I don't know if it'll be for the ultimate calligraphy, but there will be one for the hybrid. So looks like we're going to have a couple different trim choices, whether you want hybrid, XRT, all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. The States, you guys will get those options. Again, Canada, we're probably just getting all-wheel drive. All right, a couple more things I'll point out. Your mirrors, you get your LED turn signal indicators on the side. If you're opting for a higher trim level, you'll probably have a full 360 view camera too. So you'll see your blind view cameras right here. Digital key to touch or easy entry, allowing you to start, unlock, and drive your vehicle using your phone. Sorry, brain fart moment. We again are doing this live streamed. And then up at the top, we have raised roof rails. So 1 inch less ground clearance than the XRT Pro, but still a very, very good amount. This vehicle is more than capable. Along the back end on the ultimate calligraphy, all those dark elements will be transformed into nice satin chrome. So not necessarily your old manish chrome, a lot more modern. And I think it suits the vehicle quite well. We have already tried filming this vehicle earlier and we were unable to open the doors because the vehicles are off, but you will get a smart power lift gate, of course, with proximity entry, rear parking sensors, and then a nice crisp clear backup camera, as well as a digital rear view camera. Now Charlotte will probably take you guys on a tour of the inside. I kind of forgot we were live for a second.
I'll probably do it.
She'll probably do it. No, she'll take you guys on a tour of the inside where you'll see a lot of the finer touches that you get on the ultimate calligraphy trim level and how it's laid out.
So honestly, this is probably the trim that I'm really excited to show you guys because there's just so much more to show on the interior. So, see what I mean? So the seats themselves, again, still going to be a synthetic leather, so very comfortable. These seats, they're going to be heated and ventilated, but you also have so many different ways of configuring your driver's seat for some more. Oh, there's someone else in there filming. Should I wait?
Well, I mean, everything's kind of the same as that. It's just the layout and the materials.
And a couple things are going to be different, but
seats are way different.
Seats are way different. So you have basically a leg rest here. You're able to put it in that relaxation mode. You can also adjust the amount of bolster it gives you, and you have 4-way lumbar support. So very, very comfortable. The best part is that seems overwhelming is you do have integrated memory seats with an ergo motion seat. So that's basically going to be your massage seat feature, very comfortable, but just with having so many different types of configurations, it's nice to have the memory seats. And with that, we're going to see power folding mirrors as well. So that's all there. Again, just regular in-house sound is shown on this. I'm assuming it's going to be, there's a car alarm going off. I'm assuming there's going to be some types of differences, but also the center console is something that's going to look a little bit different too. So it's going to have basically a dual split opening, which I'll show you guys. Actually, do you want to come around at this point? It'll probably be easier.
Sure, I'm going to come around from the back. Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry if that alarm's really annoying. I'll go behind you.
Don't worry.
Live streaming's hard, but pre-recording's harder.
Okay, so let's take a look at what we see for the interior. So definitely a lot lighter.
Wait, can I show the passenger seat?
Yes.
Passenger seat is also powered. Check out the calligraphy.
The calligraphy stamping looks really good.
And then the power passenger seat, relaxation seats back here too, lumbar support, everything.
Yeah, so a lot of the seats for, you know, the second or for the first and second row, you're still going to see that relaxation seat, which is fantastic. Heated, ventilated, like these ones are both heated and ventilated. The second row is going to be heated and ventilated, and the third row is actually heated. So no matter where you're sitting, you're still going to be comfortable in this vehicle.
Yeah.
So more of the premium touches or some different touches that you're going to see is we're going to see the inclusion of a UV light. So, or basically the
Sanitization tray.
sanitization tray. Thank you. That's what I was looking for, which we saw in the Santa Fe. You also have a fingerprint scanner, which is going to enable you to, of course, start up your vehicle. Wireless phone charger is going to be the same. And then let's look at this, guys. Okay, so remember when I was talking about the design for the XRT?
Wow.
So I literally told Gabby that this is so dramatic, like this is so luxe on, you know, like the Kia and Hyundai budget. If there was like an engagement ring in there and that's how Jackson proposed to me, I'd be like, it's okay, yeah. I'd obviously say yes. And you guys would too.
You open it up and there's a rotisserie chicken.
My chocolate cake. That's my lunch, rotisserie chicken and chocolate.
It's like a treat. We probably don't have to show the third row because second row.
Second row gets some nice touches too. Still have dual USB-Cs. Like I told you guys, they're going to be heated, ventilated. You've got your climate control and still have the air vents. Dual sunroofs in this vehicle with a panel wide style for the second and third row. It doesn't open. And then again, you're still going to have the relaxation seat here. So very cool. And then for the third row, heated seats, and they are going to be powered if you want to adjust your back rest. But sources on that are, trust me.
All right. We're gonna get out. So there's someone in the third row.
Oh, no, you're all good. Thank you.
Trying to stay out of your lady's shot.
No, you're doing great.
okay.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. Ducking and diving.
Oh, that's all right.
You too.
We should go somewhere.
Yeah, why don't we go sit over
that's
here?
the wrong way.
So when I got into the car, I did not realize that there was a gentleman sitting in the third
There was
row
a man
still.
in the car.
And he was like, I'm here just so you know. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm wearing my mic, obviously. So anyways, I was like, oh, I feel awkward. Anyways. Yeah. Someone was like, you guys are so professional. And I'm like,
Oh, this keeps moving. So professional.
I'm like, I feel awkward. I'm like tripping over my words.
We're having an anxiety attack on live stream.
Yeah, can you
Okay.
imagine?
All right.
Do you guys have any questions about the Palisade?
I just dropped my phone. Can I give you this?
Yeah, with pleasure. So here's what they look like in the full setup. They look fantastic, especially with the graphics that they have behind them too. Very well paired with the paint and just the overall design of the vehicle too.
I'm enjoying the view.
Cass says open the hatch on them. We can't. They're off.
The hatches won't open.
We literally can't. Well done. Live shots are unpredictable, which makes it real. It's definitely real. We do have pre-recorded videos on both of these cars coming, so you will be able to watch them in 4K.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I do think the live stream was better though.
Oh, in terms of like conversation?
I feel like when you watch us do our pre-recorded, I feel like at least on my part, you can tell that I'm nervous.
Well,
because there's people waiting to film the car, and
I
I'm
feel
like,
like-
I'm sorry guys.
like we kind of yap off of each other and like also off of you guys too. So I feel like you kind of get more accustomed to that than if we're doing something a little bit more structured. So how long are you at the auto show for? Just for today. How is the 2026 Palisade, oh my goodness, so many questions, positioned within Hyundai's SUV lineup, especially with the upcoming Ioniq 9 electric SUV? What are the target demographics for the new Palisade?
So it's basically a gas Ioniq 9.
Yes.
Or hybrid Ioniq 9.
Yes, so not full EV. In terms of size, it's very, very similar. It's 3-row SUV.
Yeah. They're not far off in dimensions.
No. Now, exact dimensions for this haven't been released to us yet.
2.5
Okay, make me a liar.
inches longer than the
Previous gen.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. So in terms of target market, like I think anyone really enjoy this, even if it's not something that, even if they don't, I don't think it's like necessarily cross-shopped with the Ioniq 9 because it's gas or it's hybrid. So maybe the hybrid and the full EV if you're not ready to make the transition to full EV, but still want all of the cargo and all of the seating capacity.
I think it's really great. Obviously, all the trims haven't been released, and what Canada specifically is getting hasn't been released. But we do know that we're getting these powertrains, of course. It's really nice that we have an ultimate calligraphy with the hybrid, which is something that kind of missed the ball on the Santa Fe. The Santa Fe, if you want a hybrid, it's only the 2 entry trim levels. But apparently that will change in the future as well. So I'm excited to see that.
Pricing has not been released, and even if it was released for the US, it's not something that we would have the comps to in Canadian dollars. EV3 news coming to North America. So it is coming to North America. That's true. However, they did not give any info on timelines.
Yeah, that's also hasn't been shown in today's show.
No, that wasn't a part of today's show. Like, there's none of them here. The only information of it was that it won World Car of the Year, because it is in other markets, and that's how they kind of mentioned that it was coming to North America. I'm going to get hybrid. When will it be available? I'm not sure.
We don't know yet. I want to say maybe end of summer, but that's a guess for me.
I would love that to get my hands on the hybrid. I think the new Palisade might be end of summer. I think actually the hybrid is fall.
Hybrid Palisade?
Yes.
Yeah.
I said I didn't know, and then I was like, no.
By the way, here's what it is.
Wait, I do.
Someone asked about the K4.
K4 wagon
hatch.
is here. Yes, it is.
Yep.
So we're gonna head over there after we're done this live video, and we're gonna shoot our video on it.
The regular gas version has different headlights.
Yes?
Yes. Yeah. They do.
Here's them side by side if you want to take a look at the headlights. Do you want to zoom?
it?
Yeah.
So there's the XRT.
So they're like chunkier almost, a little bit more angled. These ones are longer and they wrap around for the DRLs. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'm zooming in on this man's backside.
That was the worst shot. That's what nobody wants to see, man. But yeah, they are different. Is the trunk space bigger than the 25 Palisade?
I guess we'll never know.
We can't open the hatch, and I don't have my measuring tape with me, so stay tuned.
It's going to be very similar.
Yeah.
Maybe like marginally larger,
Yeah.
but yeah. People are saying it looks like a Range Rover. It absolutely does, except this one's more reliable. So.
I don't know, not a fan of the new look. I guess it'll take some time to get used to. For sure, like this is definitely more modern, especially with the old body style of the Palisade being so unchanged for so long. But this is something that's a little bit more consistent with Hyundai's current design language and their brand identity. And I'm actually a fan of it. I think it looks great. I'm excited about it. But design's subjective, so to each their own.
What appearance do y'all prefer, shorter or longer headlights? I think it comes down to the exterior color, to be honest. I think the longer headlamps look fantastic on the green. It also comes down to the bumper. So obviously the XRT front bumper and like grille design's different. It's more chunky, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit more nice and flowy. So the long flow of the long headlamps look a little bit more on brand. I think it suits based off each vehicle.
Yeah.
The XRT looks good with a more narrow, straight edge headlamp, and this one looks more right with a cascading headlamp.
I also think that this is just less drastic too than what we went to from the Santa Fe, like the old body style of the Santa Fe versus the new. Like this, I feel like wasn't as drastic of a change.
Someone said it has a manual version too. There's no manuals.
Yeah, where'd you hear that?
No. It's got paddle shifters.
Okay, overall, which one would you take home? New Santa Fe or new Palisade?
Palisade.
I was gonna say, I think I'm taking the Palisade.
Never thought I'd say that, but
you guys know I love the Palisade, so.
yeah. This is a really sweet looking car.
For a family of 5, would you recommend Kia Carnival Hybrid or Palisade Hybrid for a family vehicle? So I think it's actually going to depend.
They both have their
Pros and cons.
benefits and drawbacks.
No,
so
you're
I'm gonna move that down more.
Okay, thank you. No, you're definitely right. I think if you have young kids and need to utilize the room that car seats take up, and also
I'm
utilize.
gonna take a picture of us live streaming. Just
Okay,
keep going.
should I keep talking?
Yep.
Okay. So I think if you're in car seats and have younger kids, that takes up a lot more space. So the Carnival is going to have more space along with more cargo capacity while accommodating more passengers. If you have older kids, thank you, and
Guys
don't
behind the scenes.
and don't necessarily need as much daily cargo space, I think the Palisade is going to be the winner. And if you want, the thing is, like, they both have such similar tech and comfort features, though. So I'm looking at like to you as if you have any kids when like you don't. So
Adele said they said in the Kia reveal earlier that the EV4 is better than the Porsche GT3 is GTS actually, and the BMW M4. And then I realized it's one of its so it has a better drag coefficient. Love the Kia brand, you guys. Huge advocate for them, but I don't know if that is better.
Take us
than
to track
the
day?
Porsche GTS. Maybe we should do
Take
a
us to
track
the
day and
track
put them
day?
head to head. Yeah.
put them head to
I
head.
have to be honest. M4, yeah. All right, should we end it off?
Yeah, we're at about the 30-minute mark. So thank you guys so much for coming and exploring the new Palisades with us.
Palisades.
Yeah, that's what they are. It's like Celtai. But we will see you guys in our next video. Not too sure what the rest of the week is going to look like in terms of lives, but
Yeah.
we'll at least have some pre-recorded content going up every single day. So until then, we will see you guys.
Take care. Brush
Smooches.
your hair.
Even if you're bald, then exfoliate.